Typhoon Wipha, Hong Kong faces highest storm alert. When Typhoon Wipha made landfall near Hong Kong, the city found itself under the most severe tropical cyclone warning it had seen in years. This wasn't just any storm. It was a force so powerful that it led to the cancellation of school classes and the grounding of hundreds of flights. But here's where it gets controversial. Some experts argue that the city's infrastructure might need more robust preparations given the frequency and intensity of such events. As of 10 a.m. on Sunday, Wipha was positioned approximately 60 kilometers southeast of Hong Kong, according to the city's weather observatory. Reports from the eastern coast of Hong Kong Island describe massive waves crashing against the shore. The observatory issued a T10 hurricane alert, their highest level of warning, indicating that winds with average speeds exceeding 118 kilometers per hour were anticipated and posed a significant threat to the city. Under the influence of the typhoon's eyewall, the observatory warned, hurricane-force winds are currently impacting the southern parts of Hong Kong. The public was advised to be cautious of these potentially destructive winds. This wasn't an isolated incident. Neighboring regions such as Hainan and Guangdong Provinces were also placed on high alert, according to the state news agency Xinhua. Wipha had strengthened into a typhoon overnight and was making its way towards Macau and Zhuhai. Forecasters predicted that the storm would make landfall in Hong Kong late on Sunday and then continue its journey westward, eventually reaching Vietnam later in the week. The impact on transportation was immediate and substantial. About 500 flights were canceled due to the adverse weather conditions, while another 400 were rescheduled for later in the day. At government-run temporary shelters, hundreds of residents sought refuge from the storm's wrath. Emergency services were also called upon, with one man requiring medical attention at a public hospital early Sunday morning. Officials received more than a dozen reports of fallen trees throughout the city. To ensure safety, all-day schools and daycare centers suspended their classes for the day. Public transportation faced disruptions as well. Local trains operated with limited services, and operations in open sections were halted entirely. The effects of Wipha were not confined to Hong Kong. The storm brought heavy rains and flooding to the Philippines, leading to reports of 2 missing individuals, as per the country's National Disaster Council. It's worth noting that Hong Kong last issued a T10 warning signal for Super Typhoon Saola in 2023, highlighting the rarity and severity of Wipha's impact. And this is the part most people miss. How prepared are we for the next big storm? As climate patterns shift, could we be seeing more frequent and intense tropical cyclones in the region? What measures can we take now to better protect our communities? These are questions that deserve serious consideration. What do you think? Should cities invest more in resilient infrastructure, or is there a better approach to handling these extreme weather events? Typhoon Wipha devastates southern China. Storms, floods, and landslides explained. Severe storms strike southern China following Typhoon Wipha. A dramatic scene unfolded as dark clouds loomed over the city of Zhuhai, marking the arrival of Typhoon Wipha in Guangdong Province, China. This powerful storm has left a significant impact on the region, as reported through various social media channels. On July 21, 2025, heavy storms inundated southern areas of mainland China, prompting urgent warnings about potential flash floods and landslides. This weather event followed a day after Typhoon Wipha wreaked havoc in Hong Kong, where it caused extensive damage. The cities of Yangjiang, Zhanjiang, and Maoming in Guangdong were particularly affected, experiencing torrential rain after the storm system made landfall on Sunday evening. The aftermath of Wipha's passage through Hong Kong was severe, with fallen trees, damaged scaffolding, and nearly 280 individuals seeking refuge in shelters due to the chaos it caused. According to China's National Meteorological Agency, Wipha had diminished to a tropical storm by the time it reached land, but it was expected to continue along the Guangdong coastline before heading towards Vietnam. Forecasts indicate that heavy rainfall will persist in the coastal regions of Guangdong, Guangxi, Hainan, and Fujian provinces until Tuesday morning. Authorities have issued warnings about the risks of flash floods, landslides, and strong winds. Notably, the Water Resources Ministry reported that 20 rivers across the country have exceeded warning levels due to the storm's effects. Despite the heavy downpours, many areas have shown resilience and recovered quickly from the storm's impact, as noted by state broadcaster CCTV. In response to the storm, traffic restrictions were implemented on major expressways linking Zhanjiang and Zhuhai to Hong Kong, as well as at various ports. Fortunately, these restrictions were lifted by Sunday night, and train services that had been disrupted began to resume gradually throughout Monday. CCTV advised the public to remain alert for any secondary disasters that could arise from the ongoing weather conditions. As the storm system is projected to move into the Gulf of Tonkin late Monday morning, it is expected to gain strength before making landfall on Vietnam's northern coast. In anticipation of Wipha's arrival, Vietnam has placed its coastal provinces on high alert, warning residents of the potential for dangerous flooding and landslides. In a proactive measure, Vietnam's Prime Minister issued an urgent directive to coastal areas on Sunday night, urging the evacuation of individuals from flood-prone regions, the preparation of food supplies and rescue equipment, and the securing of communication infrastructure. Additionally, airlines in Vietnam have responded to the impending storm by canceling or rescheduling numerous flights, ensuring the safety of travelers. What are your thoughts on the preparedness of both China and Vietnam in the face of such natural disasters? Do you believe enough is being done to protect vulnerable communities? Share your opinions in the comments below. ***. Reporting by Liz Lee, Xiaohao Chen, and the Shanghai Newsroom. Edited by Stephen Coates and Raju Gopalakrishnan.